In the previous episode, we took down the Ceaseless Void, and that was quite the battle. It took me a while. It took me like nearly an hour of just doing the fight over and over and over again to get him dead, and we did it. And now in today's episode, we're gonna attempt some Polterghast. I don't expect to kill Polterghast today, but yeah, we're gonna try. I did go craft the Life Hunt Scythe. This is something that people had suggested. We got some slimes here to test it on. Oh, okay, I see. It's one of these. I actually quite like this weapon. It's like the other scythe. Oh crap, why am I forgetting the name of it? You know what I'm talking about. I like that quite a lot. Cool. Oh, what do we need to summon Polterghast? We needed 30 spirits or the necroplastic beacon. Or plasmic beacon, which I need polterplasm 50 of. I don't think I have 50 polterplasm. We have 11. Okay, we're going to the dungeon. Cool. Easy peasy. Do a little bit of chatting as we go through and get things cleared out, but I'm working on another video project alongside this one tonight. So I'm gonna cut this one a bit short intentionally because like I kind of am really enjoying this other video that I'm making, but it's just taking a while. You guys will see it later this week. It may actually be up tomorrow. It kind of depends on how much B-reel that I get and how long it takes to edit, because it's not my typical gameplay video like you see here. It's more, you know, me just doing commentary on some game stuff. Actually, I don't want to give away the spoilers for it because I think it's a cool video project. It's something I don't think I've ever done. Actually, there we go. That's a nice teaser for it. I've never done it, but and this is in my 12 years of doing YouTube. I've never had to do this. There we go. That's a teaser. And so now I'm going back and getting her done. It'll be a fun project though. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, that's right. If I kill enough of these, it'll spawn the boss too. Okay, that's interesting. I'm curious to see how well each of these different weapons do. In fact, that's probably going to be the vast majority of our polls here. Is just being like, okay, how good is, you know, so-and-so weapon? The answer's probably going to be 90% of them are not going to be the weapon we're looking for, but I actually kind of enjoy that process of figuring out which are the weapons to be using and which aren't. I know not everybody likes that kind of thing, but it's that fun like process of elimination. And I definitely don't like being told which weapon is the best, right? Because I like come to my own conclusion on that. It's oftentimes like come to a different conclusion than other people do. I've told this story before, but when I did the rogue playthrough for Calamity, I was doing DOG and everybody had written off the what was it called? The dumbbell as just kind of like a gimmicky weapon. It turns out that was like the best weapon for DOG, and it was really fun. There's the comments on that video being like, I can't believe that worked. I tried it. It's so good. Like, I loved it. So for me, this goes back to my playing World of Warcraft days, where we would raid, and we would do it competitively. We were competing with other guilds on the server to kill, you know, these epic raid bosses. And when we would go on the PTR before the raids launched, when we had time to do that, we would just go right in completely blind, you know, intentionally, but also because we didn't really have a choice. But even when we weren't on the test realm, we would still often go into boss fights completely blind and just learn the fight our way. Because a lot of the time we would come up with different strategies that just worked for our raid team and worked for our setup and everything that, you know, when you compare them to what like the guide makers would say to do, it was often comparable in the execution of like how to get the bosses dead, but the way that we would do it would be pretty different. Yeah, it was just kind of like a fun history of that, and I like that process a lot. Let's head back. I like that process a lot of learning and figuring out what works for me. It's just what I've been trained to do through my years of World of Warcraft playing. And what was the thing called? Let's look at it again. It's the Necroplasm something. Necro. There it is. Okay. Don't even have to worry about it. Could just keep summoning the boss. That feels good. Put these down here. I kind of am tempted to try Providence with this Galactus blade. It's just really good. Not that I think it's like better than you know, what we use for our kill, but it's still really good. Also, this life scythe or life hunt scythe might be pretty good too. It's weird. Polterghast is so fast though, so I'm not so sure about these scythes. Though Polterghast moves around a lot as well, so might just be running through our scythes. But it heals me and shoots the energy scythes rather. So I wonder if the scythes themselves heal me. Well, I guess we'll have to find out. If I take damage, oh my goodness, that didn't work because the star. Never mind. We'll just find out in the fight. Oh goodness. Then I need to make sure that my whatever weapon I'm using is gonna work here. I mean, we still got a pretty good setup. I kind of feel like I try our other weapon first, our blade, because this thing was like pretty sweet. Oh, lots of projectiles in this fight. Right. Now I'm remembering. It's all coming back to me. It's been a while since I've done Polterghast. About a year? About a year, yeah. That's when we did the Summoner series. It's like late fall, early spring of last year, I think. I don't remember. All right, let's try this weapon out. So definitely not even hitting with this weapon, but that's because the boss isn't even near me. It sure is an interesting weapon though. Yeah, I don't think it's healing me on the scythes. Okay, let's swap to this one. Gotta actually hit with it though. That's okay. It's not like a huge amount of damage. All right, let's try the defiled greatsword. That's a little bit better. I think. What about the elemental shiv? I mean, that's better than the other two. But I wasn't actually measuring the Galactus blade. One of these is definitely going to be better when the time comes for the other images of Polterghast to show up. Because Polterghast does, of course, have the other two that show up at one point. Maybe I just stick with the shiv for now. It did feel like it was doing the most damage. But that's because the boss moves so fast, right? Honestly, I think if I could hit with it all the time, the hammer would probably be my highest DPS on this fight. All right, here we go. Here's the other one. So I think now I'm going to go to this. Oh, wow. I just couldn't get away from that. I like vaguely remember that being the case, too. That's a tough one. I'm going to have to watch back the footage to see what exactly was doing the most damage there. Don't think the scythe was, that's for sure. But that's not really the weapon. Like, I think the scythe probably is a hyper good weapon against Ceaseless Void, as the comments suggested. So that's definitely something to consider. But yeah, I'm not too sure. Also, I could like switch some of this up. We've got the evolution, which is okay. I like the reflecting projectiles on a fight that has a lot of projectiles. Just gonna help me out quite a bit. Yeah, it's a tough one. Okay, that was a better attempt. It got kind of chaotic in that last phase. I'm having to aim this thing. I say aim it, but I'm not actually having to aim the Galactus blade much, but it is enough that I'm having to consider it. So I think I go to the elemental shiv in that phase or the greatsword, one of the two, and try with that. I don't know if this boss fight is actually going to take me as long as I assumed it might. Man, that second one really comes for you, but I almost had it dead on that second attempt there. Or third attempt, I guess. Second attempt getting into that phase. I really just need to... Okay, so I tried some of the other weapons during that attempt too. I think the Galactus Blade is definitely my best weapon for this, which is great. I'm having fun with it. The interesting thing is I feel like we're in a weird spot with this fight where like I'm having a good time of it. I actually didn't get hit at all during the first part of that third attempt there. I got 2 adrenalines. It was going really well. So it's like, I feel like this boss fight up until that point where they split is giving me no trouble. That split part though, that's the part that I've always struggled with. It's the timing on the dashes there, I think. And part of me wants to swap out the evolution for like the Leviathan ambergris or whatever it's called. Because I think that the dash, being able to dash faster is better. But I'm gonna head off your guys' comments already. I know I should just go make the normality relocator, but I haven't farmed out the stuff for that yet. I just haven't done it. It's okay. Oh my goodness. Did I do it? I did it. Whew. That was my 6th attempt. And man, did I start shaking at the end there, because I didn't realize that I had killed the clone. And then when I killed it, I was like, wait a second. That's always been the hardest part for me. Am I at the end of the fight? Can I actually get through this? And then you start thinking, oh my goodness, I think I could do this. I think I can actually beat this boss. I think I'm going to beat this boss. And then, you know, you get excited. And then you realize you still have 1/3 of the health left. And you're like, okay, calm down, relax, don't screw this up. We did it, boys. I'm really happy about that. That is best case scenario tonight. Took me, I've been recording for 24 minutes. Great. Okay, Ecto Heart. Oh, it's a consumable. I see. Permanently increases adrenaline mode damage by 15% and damage reduction by 5%. I was like, why would I wear this as I didn't realize it was not an accessory at first because I didn't read consumable. All right, we got Ruinous Souls, which is going to allow us to make a bunch of stuff, as we know. We got the ranged weapon, we got the magic weapons, and we got the Jagged Affliction. Gives you and all other players on your team half a life per second life regen, 10% max life, 7% damage reduction, 13 defense, and 10% increased damage. Damn, that's really good. I mean, that basically replaces the Bloody Worm Scarf, right? Because that just says 7 defense, but this is 7% damage reduction, 10% max health, 13 defense. Yeah. Well, we're getting rid of the Worm Scarf. That is like a straight increase, which is really good. Okay. Unless it says, yeah, it gives you and all other players on your team. Perfect. Let's read the Polterghast. The further my war dragged on, the further I sank into negligence. The specter is the crux of my failure. I hid behind my excuses, calling them duties, fighting the gods, training, ruling. I had the time and resources to devote. I was simply paralyzed by apathy. The scores of prisoners I kept in the dungeon I claimed perished alongside their jailers. Within those hexed walls, none may know rest. Their souls coalesced into a formless monster, boiling with rage, wallowing in sorrow, screaming in madness. The amalgamation was uncontrollable. The dragon cult was furious, their leader demanding I put the haunt down myself. I did not answer. I had long since become deaf to the world outside my crusade. Do not fall as I have. Ooh, that was really well written. I like that. Let's dump this stuff in. Dump the souls, dump that. Get rid of all that. Okay, feeling pretty good about that. What was that? Jagged, whatever. It was some. It was a tooth. What was that? Oh, the dog tooth. Right. I was like trying to figure out what the heck that was. All right, so what can we actually make here? Omega Blue stuff is an interesting set. So increased movement speed, increased damage, and crit chance. I can make the full set. The Blood Flare stuff is also now available to me. Ooh, the Last Morning. I've always wanted to use this weapon. This is one of those like, so the sprite on it is like the, I don't remember the name of the weapon, but they have one in World of Warcraft. It's like it's just a cool sword. Summons flaming pumpkins and morning skulls that split into fire orbs on enemy hits. We have the Souls of Night. We don't have Reaper Tooths. Those to come from, is there something that happens now? Necroplasm defeated. Polterghast. The souls released stir the acidic storms. Okay. So I would assume then that this weapon I might be able to get if I go to the, whatchamacallit. I think I have the Harvester too. So like, anyways, that sounds like a cool weapon. Death's Ascension. People were talking about being hot. And you know what? We have this stuff so we can actually make it, I believe. Right click to launch a barrage of homing size. Yeah, people have been talking about that weapon. So that's definitely something we're going to do. We got Crescent Moon. Man, we got a lot of stuff we can make. Oh my goodness. Do I make the armor first? So like the Omega Blue chest piece, excuse me, it's 28 defense. Oh yeah, that's right. There's also this Ascendant. Increase flight time by 30%, increase movement, jump speed by 10, power ascension, providing infinite flight time for 4 seconds. I could straight up make that, but I don't have many of these. I got 13, so I gotta budget them out because I'm gonna have to do that boss fight again in order to get more stuff. So I'd rather like a good weapon and some armor, and then we'll go from there, right? Because then we can kill the boss faster. So anyways, this is 28 defense on that, and then increase damage, crit chance, and inflict crush depths, which is pretty good. No positive life regen though. Interesting. The helm is I can move freely through liquids, 12% increased damage, 8% increased crit chance, and the other things, the tentacles are 22% increase, or 12% increased movement speed, sorry, 12% increased damage and crit chance. So like if I compare the chest piece, the 28 defense, to the 35 defense for this one gives me more max life. The helm is 49 defense, it's 19. You know, there was a comment about the Omega Blue stuff. Let me go look and see what it was. Can't find it. Can't find the comment anywhere. I kind of feel like it might be kind of good. I don't know, but I don't have the Reaper Tooth stuff. So I think we just go straight for Blood Flare because that's 2, 4, 6. Or no, sorry, that's 4. So the body armor is 4. The pants are 3, so we're up to 7 on that one. 8, 9. That leaves me with 4 left. Can I make Death's Ascension with 4 left? I can. I can't do Last Morning yet. Can't do that one. I can't do that one. So it would have to be Death's Ascension. Because I'm not going to do Crescent Moon right now. I've not tested. I don't know how good it is or not. All right, so then let's pop this in. Do blood. There we go. Oh my goodness. Why? Stop. You. There. Okay. Bam. Okay. Blood Flare. Body armor. Craft. So this is gonna be... Oh, I need to make more of these, don't I? Let's make 10 for now. This is gonna be more of a side grade, I think, compared to what I'm currently using. But it's still better, right? Why can't I make the Blood Flare? Pants. Really? I need... Oh my goodness. Okay, we got this. I can make blood orbs, right? Oh, but I need... It's 1 to make 10. How many blood orbs do I need? For 1 is... Okay, whatever. Sure, whatever. Let's craft it. Okay, then blood orbs. I have those, so I can make these. Max stack 8. Okay, then make the pants. Bam. Okay. Whew. Got there eventually. So let's close all this out before we get our weapon. We're at 149 defense. Let's pull the stat thing up. I'm just gonna make this way easier for myself. I'm just gonna take a quick picture with my phone so I have the numbers already, so I can compare them a little bit easier. Okay, so then we go from 149 defense to 160. That's a pretty reasonable increase. Our melee damage goes from 82 to 86. Our melee speed goes from 137 to 140. Our melee crit goes from 45 to 47. So that's pretty good. I think that is actually really good for an increase. And then what's the set bonus? Boop, boop, boo. Enemies are more likely to target you. Yeah, 18% increase melee speed. Yep, and we got 40 max life, which is actually really nice. Okay, true melee strikes will heal you. That's great. Love that. After striking an enemy 15 times with true melee, you will enter a blood frenzy for 5 seconds. During this, you will gain 25% increased melee damage. Critical strike chance and contact damage is halved. This effect is a 30-second cooldown. Greatly increases life regen equivalent to Crimson Armor. Enemies below 50% life drop a heart when struck. This effect has a 5-second cooldown. Damn, that is like fun. That's a fun set. That's like a I want to go and hit people with stuff set. Love it. Cool. Let's dump all that in. Let's put that armor in, and then what was the weapon called? Death's Ascension. Death? Let's just type death. Death sickle, Death's Ascension. I'm missing the death sickle, so I need to farm out a death sickle and get that in order to do it. Do I want to do that now? Probably not, but I'm really looking forward to using it. So now that we've killed Polterghast, we could do Old Duke with the Death's Ascension. I think that would be pretty good. But with Death's Ascension, that also gives me an opportunity to head to Providence and get the, oh goodness, what is it called? Here, why don't we look? Because I got to look at Polterghast anyway. So all right, let's look at Polterghast. Loot. There is the Terror Blade. Fires a terror beam that bounces off tiles. On every bounce, it emits an explosion. That's awesome. That's like really cool. Okay, what was the boom, 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 boom? Okay, what was it called? The Elysian Aegis. Okay, so we definitely need that. So we may as well kind of kill two birds with one stone and go get that done with the Death's Ascension, and then go get Old Duke done, and maybe that's what we'll do next episode.